What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? I'm going to get better about these Project Runway videos. And here's the problem. Let me tell y'all how trifling I am. I watched this video last week. Like, I watched I watched this episode like on Friday. That's how trifling I am. But I'm going to tell you what took so long with me getting this video done. And this is not an excuse. This is a reason. You can take it as an excuse if you want. I was trying to figure out a way to put the pictures in. And I'm still working on that. Still working on it. But I didn't want to keep holding the video up because what somebody told me was me putting the winning look as my thumbnail is a spoiler. And I didn't think about it like that before, but it actually is a spoiler because it's telling you who won the challenge when you see the look. So I apologize for anybody that I ruined the last two episodes for by putting the thumbnail as the look. My bad. I didn't think of it like that. So we're going to just go ahead and roll on. But I'm going to try to have it ready by this week's video and figure out how to infuse all these looks and stuff. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. But with that being said, this is Project Runway Season 18, Episode 7. And this episode was really a fun I really liked this episode. I like this episode because we got a chance to see some other sides of people that we hadn't been able to see before. I think that some people were exposed in this episode that we thought may or may not necessarily be exposed. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So Ashley Longshore was the guest judge this episode. And let me tell you something. I immediately fell in love with this woman. I didn't know who she was. I'm not, really into art and that kind of, well, I am, but I'm not. Anyway, I didn't know who she was. Let me not go down that road. I didn't know who she was. I immediately went to my Instagram, like while the episode was still on, I immediately went to my Instagram and I added her. Because when I tell you that she was fun and flirty and different and out of the box and unapologetic, and I love that about her. I love that attitude. So with that being said, that is who our guest judge. They had to go down to Bergdorf's, which, is the creme de la creme of department stores, honey. When you can shop at Bergdorf's without having to look at a price tag, honey, you've made it. That's my goal in life, to be able to walk in the store and say, I want that, I want that, I want that. Here's my black card, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all. So, this was a print challenge, okay? She is known for her prints, and she has these great different prints. Like, one of her prints had like hidden nipples in it. Another print had hidden penises in it. But the print had so many other things going on that you didn't really notice all of that until you really looked at it really good. So each artist got to choose a print. The person who won the last challenge got to go first. And then they got to choose somebody, and they got to choose somebody, and they got to choose somebody, and it went down. Now, let me say this to you guys. It is never a good indicator when you are the last person chosen. Sergio was the last person chosen. That kind of gives you an indication about how everybody else feels about him. I'm just saying. This was a 2-day challenge. So the idea was that the print was supposed to be the focal point of your outfit. You could bring in other material and things like that, but the print should probably be 80 to 90% of your outfit. Okay? So they went to, they did go to Mood, but they went to Mood more so for notions and maybe an offsetting color to sort of, to blend or whatever, but they definitely were not there to do any serious shopping. Now, Miss Victoria, she decided she don't like prints, and she gonna do her own thing regardless of what the challenge called for. She gonna do her own thing, and she decided that she was gonna do a white top, and she was just gonna make the pants her print. And even the pants were, I don't know what the right word I want to use, but I guess for lack of a better word, watered down, I guess, of the print. Washed, because I've never seen white wash something out and not accent it, but she did a good, that's what she did. She ended up washing it out and not accenting it. Anyway, but we'll get to more Victoria. Delvin was on it. I was waiting for Delvin to have a problem with it. I was waiting for Delvin to talk about he ain't like this challenge and he don't like Prince and da da da. I was waiting for him to find something wrong with it, but he didn't. He took it, he embraced it, and he ran with it from the beginning. Something else that we found out about Delvin, and he may have mentioned this in earlier episodes, but in the earlier episodes, there's so many people, and you're getting so much, so many people's story that I may have missed this in the last episode. Earlier episodes, but Delvin deals with depression. And one of the things he said was that he liked the colors, he liked the patterns because it helped him, even with his depression or what have you. So they each were able to consult with Ashley, and so they got to, instead of Christian sort of doing the consulting this episode, she did the consulting, and she was able to see what everybody was making and what people's ideas were, and when people got a little excited, she was able to kind of bring them down a little bit and that kind of thing. I feel like in this moment she was able to reel Jeffrey in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Jeffrey was excited, and he had the penis, so he was trying to do a lot with the penis, honey. No, he had the nipples. He was trying to do a lot with the nipples. Nancy had the penis. Victoria, when she met with Ashley tried to tell her, and I feel like Ashley was about as blunt as she was comfortable being with the fact that she was a guest judge and she still wanted to be, on the PC on the show or what have you. I feel like if this was somebody working for her, she probably would have been a little more forceful, but I think she was forceful enough. Victoria just wasn't picking up on what she was throwing down, but she was letting Victoria know, you're not using enough of my print. My print is supposed to be the focal point of this outfit, and it's not. You're not using enough print. And Victoria told her point blank, well, I don't like print. Again, y'all know how I feel about that. You get these challenges. You're supposed to do the challenge. Nobody asked you what you liked. Nobody asked you what you wanted to do. You are responsible for taking the challenge, throwing in your own style, and turning out a look. Ashley did not ask you whether you liked her prints. And so Victoria just kept talking. And so Ashley tried to tell her, Christian tried to tell her, even some of the other contestants tried to tell her, boo-boo, you are not using enough print. Anyway, honey. Then there was a situation where Chelsea and I love this as well. Chelsea was trying to figure out her boning. She wanted to have her outfit with the skirt sort of had a flare out to it. So she was trying to figure out her boning. And Delvin was helping her figure out the boning. Sergio's going to come over there and try to insert himself. And Chelsea, again, was trying to be PC and let her know, I got this. I'm good. Delvin's helping me. We're figuring it out. Well, if you want it done right, if you want the right advice, then you'll let me tell you. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. So Delvin sort of stood back like, go ahead. And Sergio went in, and then Sergio, that elitist, snobby shit, talking about, well, there's a formula here, and you got to deal with equations and numbers, and you have to figure out the right equation and the right number, as if none of the rest of them know how to add and subtract. Bitch, if you don't sit your ass down, see, I don't like that. I don't like that because I feel like he was coming at them, like coming at their intellect, like they're not smart enough to do this. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, Chelsea won last week's challenge and your ass almost went home. How about that? Neither here nor there. Once he got done talking, Delvin was like, see, what he just said was all wrong. And he kind of gave Chelsea that look like, you better do what I told you to do. So, I thought that was an interesting moment, honey. So, all right, y'all. The other thing was that Christian tried to tell Nancy that her outfit was too big, that she said, well, I'm going for the big look, the oversized look, and she's trying to make it a thing, and Christian was telling her oversized is one thing, too big is something different. And again, it's that thin line between it's looking stylishly oversized versus that thing was too big when you picked it up. Okay? So let's go through the tops, the bottoms, the safes, and all that good stuff. So, y'all know how I do. I'm just going to read y'all my notes as I run through here. Delvin made this beautiful pantsuit. It was the whole print. The pantsuit was the whole print. It was very reminiscent. If you guys watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and RuPaul always wears these very colorful, when he's RuPaul Charles, not RuPaul the supermodel, when he is his natural self, he wears these beautiful printed suits. They're these tailored to perfection. I mean, tailored to perfection, but they're always these interesting print suits. The suit that Delvin made was very reminiscent of a female version of that suit. And the model he had was one of the thicker models, and it was it fit her beautifully, and it made her look really nice, and it was definitely something fun and flirty. Again, you could put a white blouse underneath it and dress that thing up and make it very it was busy. It was kind of busy for the office, but you could definitely make it office attire. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely something fun and flirty. I loved it, and it was tailored to perfection. Do you hear what I'm telling you? And the other thing that I loved is that Delvin smiled and laughed and seemed to be in a good mood this whole episode, and I love to see it, because y'all know he was borderline on my list. The first 2 episodes, he was borderline on my list. But I like you, Delvin. And here's the thing. There's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. And unfortunately, most confident people tend to cross that line, whether they mean to or not. The difference is how far, I guess, you cross that line, and when you recognize maybe you've crossed the line. I'm not sure. But anyway, neither here nor there. Excuse me. The other thing this episode, I forgot to mention it. The other thing this episode is that Young got sick again. Now, let me tell you something, you guys. I suspect that Young has a condition that either she is keeping from the show, or that the show knows about and they're keeping it from the other contestants and keeping it from us. But I think that she has a pre-existing condition that causes her, like when she gets stressed out or when she's not getting enough sleep or taking care of herself, that causes these flare-ups. And again, I ain't gonna put no disease on her, y'all, but I just think it's something pre-existing. I think it's something that she knows and she's familiar with. Same thing with the judges. I just think it's something she knows and she's familiar with. But that's just my 2 cents. I don't know. But she wasn't feeling well this episode. Okay. Victoria, she had this white top and the pants out of the print, and that top was the same damn silhouette, like that slanted top thing with the cutouts. It was the exact same damn shirt that she done made 20 times, okay? And this time she messed up, because had she used the print for that whole outfit, she probably would have got away with it. Because for whatever reason, they love Victoria because she can tailor. And so she's sort of getting away with it because she's tailoring so well. Honey, whatever. Chelsea did a wrap dress. I wrote hips. Oh, because she had the little flare. I remember I told you she was trying to do the boning with the flare out with the hips. It was a cute little wrap dress made out of the print. I thought it was nice. Jeffrey, I wrote he made a short bubble dress. So he took the print and it was like this bubble dress. It was cute. It was cute. Very Jeffrey. Different, out of the box, but not costumey. Not too costumey for me. Chelsea and Jeffrey were safe. And they should have been. Nancy, she had these oversized pants. The pants were cute. The top was too much. It was way, way, way too big. And then she had all these pockets. Then she had the print that had the penis. So she had a pocket for your vibrator, because it was cute. I'm not going to it was a cute little concept to go along with the print. But her top was just way too big. The judges didn't like that. She was in the bottom. Brittany did the damn thing. Okay, Brittany had a butterfly print, and she made her dress, and it had butterfly. She did like a 3D butterfly thing going on. She did the hashtags. Ashley is known for her crazy hashtags, and she stitched. And it was it's one of those details that you don't see until you buy the outfit, and nobody will probably ever see it, but it's a great signature when someone's known for something. So the fact that she's known for her hashtags, that's a cute little signature. She had it stitched on the belt, so you'll never really see it. Like the judges, she had to tell the judges it was there, and once they saw it, they thought it was a really cute accent to the piece. But it was definitely, it was well thought out. You know, it was just that extra little touch. And then she had the butterfly thing, and it was sort of like she had this, like one side was like a pleated skirt, the other side was like a straight dress. It was cute. See, that's the way you mix the print with a solid, because she had like a yellow solid mixed in. Like that's how you mix it in. Anyway. Marquise, poor Marquise. Y'all, Marquise, you know, Marquise is one of those self-taught artists, and I think when people are self-taught, it takes them a little longer when they, it's not that they can't fix a problem, I think it takes them a little longer to fix the problem. And in a competition like this, a lot of times you just run out of time. And I think that's the same thing that happened with Shavi. I think the same thing happened with Marquise. He made this blouse, the outside looked really nice, but the blouse was terrible. And he tried to use the cape and the skirt to cover the blouse, but y'all know them judges asked him to take that thing off, and the minute he took it off, honey, it was over. It was all she wrote. He was in the bottom, child. Dayoung made this beautiful outfit, and here's the thing with Dayoung almost didn't finish it because she got sick and wasn't feeling well, and the other people helped her finish. The other people helped her finish. It was still her design. She didn't make them make her stuff, but they helped her finish. And her outfit was really, really beautiful. She had the print sort of on the inside of the coat. It was really pretty. It was beautiful. Sergio had this dress with like this whole cape reveal, and he had this whole story about the caterpillar, the butterfly, turning it into a butterfly, and child, he was safe. Child, he was safe. And then I told you Delvin, I told you about Delvin's look. So, Dayoung, Delvin, Brittany were in the top. Victoria and Nancy were in the bottom. I forgot who the third person was in the bottom, but it didn't matter. Brittany won. Everybody loved that 3D look. Now, Ashley loved Delvin's look. I mean, she was in love with his look, and I think I think they did too. But Brittany, I will say, for innovation and that full, even down to the hashtags on the belt, like I can't be mad about that. I just cannot. But it was definitely Brittany won, and unfortunately, Marquise ended up going home. However, Victoria is on the list. Victoria and Sergio are on the list because Victoria was a little arrogant as well. She was all in her little feelings, honey, and she was very arrogant, and she just couldn't understand how she was in the bottom, and she was just, child. So even when people tried to comfort her, she was like, no, get away, leave me alone. I don't know. Like, didn't even want anybody to try to comfort her. So she's on the list, honey, because she just can't believe that she's in the bottom. So anyway, that was last week's episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments, please. I'll find a way to maybe I'll put it at the end of this video. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a picture of the winning look, you guys, and I'm gonna put it at the end of this video. So right now, look for the picture.